Ladies and gentlemen, the Bit of It Show.
Hey guys, what's up? Listen to Be Heard Ministry. I'm Taylor. Today we're going to be talking about healing damaged emotions. Now, all of us hurting people here on earth, we penetrate all walks of life. It's me, it's you, the neighbor, the mother, the father. Our hurts all range from love to, depression, anxiety, betrayal. But let me tell you, guys, God reminds us He has the power to heal those hurting hearts and to put those people back on their feet again. And you and I can be linked to that same power, and that's to be a friend. Now, in case you forgot what a friend was, I'm going to tell you. A friend that is about, they know about you and they love you anyway, even if you're wrong or right. And a friend, basically steps in when the whole world kind of steps out on you. And everyone's had that happen. A friend is one who never gets in your way except when you are on your way down. And so today we're going to talk about, emotion, healing that damaged emotion. And, brokenness is God's requirement for a maximum usefulness. See, our Father uses the adversity to break our self-will and to transform us into a useful vessel for His kingdom. People think about facing hardship and they focus on that suffering, that pain that's involved with it. But do you really know what brokenness is? And really, do you know what the purpose is? And if there is a way to avoid it and still be useful for God? Well, let me tell you guys, brokenness is the Lord's method of dealing with our self-reliance. That desire within us to act independently from Him. See, God really wants us to bring, every area of our whole lives into submission and into His will. And He uses our trials to lead us to a point of total surrender. And some of us have a very hard time doing that. Now, if you think about it, God desires to break our self-will so, that we can basically be fully devoted followers of Jesus Christ. And that means three things. And do you know what those three things are? Well, first one is when the Father chastises someone, He addresses a present, immediate sin. And for the believer, brokenness isn't a penalty. But really and truly, it's an act of mercy. It's intended to bring him to the repentance. And the Lord does not punish His children. Only those who reject Him are subject to God's wrath. And number two, the Father is going to deal with our attitude for the purpose of confronting us to His will and making us effective ministers and teachers and so on in this life. Now, through the adversity, God is going to target the areas of a self-will in our life. And He wants to break the attitude that do not honor Him, such as self-centeredness, self-righteousness, self-reliance. And that result is He fills our lives with spiritual fruit. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you some good examples of a process of being, of people in the Bible, of brokenness. If you think about it, Moses he was broken in the desert. He spent 40 years, guys, learning to obey the Lord. and he didn't get there until he learned it. And then God used him to free Israel from the Egyptian bondage. Okay, well, think about number 2, the Apostle Paul, the thorn in the bush. It kept him from exalting himself despite his impressive credentials. And Jesus corrected Peter's pride many times. It was in Matthew chapter 14, verses 24 through 31, Matthew chapter 16, verses 21 through 23, and so on, so on. Now, we're only as useful to God as we are obedient to Him. So listen closely. Now, whether He allows difficulties to arise in my family, your family, whether it be in your finances or health, He does so out of love. Okay? His ultimate purpose is that we become spiritually mature and effective for His kingdom. Okay, guys? Now, I'll give you some more examples. You know, humans, us, God, we have a great ability to recall old injustices, and we, believe you me, dredge up the insignificant slights of what people has done, and we also reopen old wounds. And if you believe me, we tend to be very unforgiving and very unforgettable. You would think most of us believers of Christ would be different. You know, that we'd be more kind, more gentle. You know, that we'd be people, you know, that have experienced grace and mercy of God, now pass that forgiveness on to others. But we don't do that, do we? We often, that is not, you know, like, we often really do the opposite. So the reality is often summed up in, you know, a statement. Believers of Christ is the only army that shoots its wounded. I'm going to say it again. Believers in Christ is the only army that shoots on people. We wound them. So we often, you know, when people with wounded hearts needs that second chance to be forgiven, you know, we don't do it. But guys, the gospel, the real true gospel of Jesus, the truth that He wants everyone to know, is that second chance to start over and granting a new beginning, that's what it's all about. See, Jonah, he disobeyed God and he set out to go on his own course and was given, you know, another chance. And Peter, he denied Jesus and was later reinstated for service in the master's business. Paul, the one who attacked and persecuted the Christian community, was granted a new lease on life to further his cause on Christ. And, you know, there's a story, and Paul was requesting of Philemon to grant Onesimus a second chance. And he says, I'm sending him a part of myself and back to you. Accept him as you would be me. Onesimus had done wrong, and he had made a mistake, and he committed a crime. But he deserved a second chance. Think about that. Years and years ago, and I must have been like in the 6th grade, Krista McAuliffe, the high school teacher that was killed in the Challenger explosion, she had adopted a motto, and it says, I touch the future, I teach. Well, that statement is true for every teacher, good or bad. It also fits those people who want to bring health to the wounded hearts. See, we can touch their future by giving them hope of a new tomorrow. And guys, believe it or not, we can restore that dignity by acknowledging their importance. But we have to acknowledge it. See, Onesimus he was a runaway slave and owned by Philemon. And he was, came into that company of Paul, and as a result was converted to Christ. Now, Paul, he sent, Onesimus back to Philemon and appealing for his acceptance and forgiveness of Onesimus. Are y'all following me? You know the story? So, what does a future giver do? I'm going to tell you. Paul wrote in Galatians, brothers, if someone is caught in any wrongdoing, you are spiritual, should restore such a person with a gentle spirit and watching out for yourselves so you won't be tempted also. And that's Galatians chapter 6, verse 1. See, that word restore was used to describe the mending of fishermen nets in order to be used, the next day. It communicates the idea of putting people back into a workable and useful shape. See, it also reminds us that how valuable they are to God and to society. See, Jesus restored the woman at the well, and the woman caught in adultery, the man with the withered hand, and the demon-possessed man of Geysinus. Jesus restores us who believe. So, who do you know that needs a friend, a second chance, a new future? For many people, they're hurting, and you may be the person who can turn their life around by offering them that friendship, that forgiveness, and a hope-filled future. Okay, guys, I'm going to go to a break. I'll be back.
Ain't much time left, so what you doing trying to jet from the dead you done set? You know your spiritual man is upset, and I bet you let yourself get out of control while you try to play the role. Folding dollars but your pockets got holes. You told the whole world you would be king. Being the man is number one, see that's the thing. Pride, it comes right before the fall, so I'll take a step back and listen to your call. Up on high, wondering why it's on you. You ain't done nothing, you just trying to stay true. Your view is obstructed, so you're blind to facts. You can't hear, ignorance is on max. Lacking knowledge, lacking wisdom, black. While you're looking at me, scratching your head like it's 12-inch wax. And you're just running out of time, running out of choices, running out of luck. Running from the voices, you're plugged into the wrong outlet. Read what you sow, pay your debt. Running out of time, running out of choices, running out of luck. Running from the voices, you're plugged into the wrong outlet. Read what you sow, pay your debt. You see that road ahead? Yeah. You see the trail, you see the tread? Yeah. Well, I've been down that one, son, and let me tell you, it ain't worth Nathan. See, once you hop on, you spend your time escaping the lies from the fools hating, the broads with the temptating. It's frustrating, like you're suffocating. Death Valley's probably my best analogy. See, the PE ace is trying to set you straight, but no, you got to try it. Know how you got to live in the now, and I have to allow you to. Ahead, brother, go on. But when you come to the crossroads, when you're with the lost souls and you're thinking of me, I'll be praying. Not saying I told you, but saying come home, yo, 'cause you know where you belong. His arms are open still. They open still, yo. You know that is God's will. You know what's up, yo. But you kill me, 'cause you still say, nah, I'm chill. Yo, you ill, yo, you ill. Running out of time, running out of choices, running out of luck. Running from the voices, you're plugged into the wrong outlet. Read what you sow, pay your debt. Running out of time, running out of choices, running out of luck. Running from the voices, you're plugged into the wrong outlet. Read what you sow, pay your debt. I see you lying there, yeah. It's rare to see you in that suit and pair. Stacey Adams on your feet, it's usually yeah. Jordans or whatever's in at the time. I'm sure I'll see you again. Cause you knew the truth and even spoke it when we were rocking shows or just drink Joe. Man, I told you, yo. Why'd you have to run that race? You was just in it for the paper chambers. Now what you got? Left 2 daughters without no pops. Mom's all sick and whatnot. Dang, homie, I'm just tripping on what now? Guess I go try to figure out how to get them other fools back what they lack, just like you did. Kids think they know it all. And when it comes, they ain't ready for the fall. Man, I got to stay prayed up. Cause if it happened to you, it could happen to us, and we'll be. We'll be. Running out of time, running out of choices, running out of luck, running from the voices. You're plugged into the wrong outlet. Read what you sow, pay your debt. Running out of time, running out of choices, running out of luck, running from the voices. You're plugged into the wrong outlet.